advance, advance.
To advance is to go forward.
He advanced across the bridge slowly.
Athlete, athlete.
An athlete is a person who plays sports.
Some athletes can play many sports very well.
Average, average.
If something is average, it is at a normal level.
I'm not rich or poor. I'm average.
Behavior, behavior.
Your behavior is the way you act.
Their behavior was good this semester. They didn't cause trouble.
Behind, behind.
Behind means to be at the back of something.
The little girl was hiding behind a tree.
Course, course.
A course is a class in school.
I took a PE course in school this year.
Lower, lower.
To lower something is to make it go down.
The chart shows how his production has lowered over the year.
Match, match.
To match is to be the same or similar.
The two shoes matched. They looked the same.
Member, member.
A member is a person who is part of a group.
Julie is the newest member of our team.
Mental, mental.
If something is mental, it has to do with your mind.
I made a mental picture of the room.
Passenger, passenger.
A passenger is a person who rides in a car, train, or airplane.
One passenger was standing near the subway train.
Personality, personality.
Your personality is what you are like and how you behave.
John has a bad personality.
Poem, poem.
A poem is a short kind of writing.
William Shakespeare wrote many poems.
Pole, pole.
A pole is a long, thin stick made of wood or metal that supports things.
The flag was hanging from the flagpole.
Remove, remove.
To remove something is to take it away.
I removed the nail from the board.
Safety, safety.
Safety means the condition of being safe and free from danger.
For his own safety, he was placed in a car seat.
Shoot, shoot.
To shoot is to fire something like a bullet at someone or something.
The hunter raised his gun to shoot at the target.
Sound, sound.
To sound means to make a noise.
The alarm clock sounded and woke us all up.
Swim, swim.
To swim is to move through water.
I love to swim in the ocean.
Web, web.
A web is a home made by a spider.
Mom cleaned the spider webs out of the garage. The camp. Stacy wanted to stay at a nice hotel for vacation, but her parents sent her to a terrible camp instead. For breakfast, Stacy liked fresh juice and chocolate milk, but she got water at the camp. In the afternoon, she wanted to write poems, but she had to swim. The camp was near an airport with loud planes. Spider webs hung over her bed. To her, the kids' average behavior was very bad. No girl matched her personality. She hated it. One day they had a class. Mental exercise sounded good to Stacy. but it was a course on water safety. They learned how to be safe passengers on a boat. Stacy didn't ever plan to go on a boat. The next day, they played a game. There was a red team and a blue team. Stacy was on the blue team. Each team had to try to remove the other team's flag from a pole. They also had to use water guns. "I'm not much of an athlete," she said, but she still had to play. Stacy took a water gun and looked for somewhere to hide. A boy said, "Stacy, you advance to the middle. I will go right. Those two will go left." Stacy still didn't want to play. She walked into the forest and saw a red team player coming. Stacy hid behind a tree and then jumped out and shot the other player. "This is fun," Stacy thought. Several minutes after moving further, Stacy saw the red flag. A red team member was watching over it. She shot him with her water gun. Then she lowered the flag and ran back to her team. "I got it!" she said. The blue team won. Stacy was the hero. For the rest of the week, Stacy had fun. She even made new friends.
Block. Block.
A block is a solid piece of wood, stone, or ice.
I saw a block of ice on the floor.
Bury. Bury.
When you bury something, you put it under the ground or under a lot of other things.
My father was buried in his hometown when he died.
Cheer. Cheer.
To cheer is to give a loud shout of approval or encouragement.
The crowd all cheered when the home team won.
Complex. Complex.
If something is complex, it has many small parts. It is hard to understand.
A jigsaw puzzle can be complex because it has so many pieces.
Critic. Critic.
A critic is someone who gives opinions about movies, books, plays, etc.
The wine critic tasted the wine so he could give his opinion.
Direction. Direction.
A direction is the way to go.
Go in this direction for 10 minutes and you will get to the river.
Event. Event.
An event is something that happens, especially something important.
Finishing high school was a major event in his life.
Exercise. Exercise.
To exercise is to run or play sports so that you can be healthy.
You should exercise every day.
Friendship. Friendship.
Friendship is the relationship between people who are friends.
Michael and Lisa have a very strong friendship with each other.
Guide. Guide.
A guide is someone who shows you where to go.
We followed a guide at the park.
Lack. Lack.
If there is a lack of something, there is not enough of it.
His only problem is a lack of money.
Perform. Perform.
To perform is to do something in front of people who watch.
He will perform a song for the class.
Pressure. Pressure.
Pressure is what you apply to make someone do something.
They put pressure on him to change his mind.
Probably. Probably.
If something will probably happen, it is likely to happen.
You will probably get a good grade if you study for the test.
Public. Public.
If something is public, it is meant for everyone to use.
I went to the public park to play with my friends.
Smart. Smart.
Smart means intelligent.
Mary is a smart student.
Strike. Strike.
To strike people or things is to hit them.
She struck the other girl in the face.
Support. Support.
To support something is to like it and help it be successful.
Everyone at work supports the new plan.
Term. Term.
A term is a word for something.
I often use the term oops when I make a mistake.
Unite. Unite.
To unite is to get together to do something.
If we unite, we can finish our project faster.
A strong friendship. Tim was the strongest man in the town. When he played sports, he always won. He performed and exercised in the public park. He did this to show everyone how strong he was. Most people liked him, but one man didn't. His name was Jack. Jack hated Tim. Jack was a movie critic and the smartest man in town. He could solve complex math problems, but no one cared. Jack wanted to be famous like Tim. One day, there was an unusual event. A big storm came suddenly. The town was buried in snow. No one could get out. They needed food. The people said, "This is a task for a strong man." Tim was under pressure to save them. But Jack wanted to be a hero, so they both went. Tim said, "You can't help because of your lack of strength." But Jack knew the local area very well and could find paths that were usable despite the snow. They led in the direction of another town. That town had food. They walked until there was a block of ice in their way. Jack said, "We can't get past it, but if you strike it, it might break." Tim knew he probably had enough strength, so he struck it with a hammer. It broke. When there were more blocks of ice, Tim broke them. That made him tired. He couldn't walk any more. Jack said, "Let's unite and support each other. I'll get the food alone. You rest here." Jack came back with food. Tim couldn't remember which path led home. He needed Jack to be his guide. The men became friends by working together. In town, people saw Jack with the food and cheered. They called Jack a hero, but Jack didn't care. He was thinking of something else. He said to Tim, "I thought I was smart, but I learned a new term today: friendship."